everyone, my name is Clare Carmody and I'm the Director of Experiences for OneSpare. Today I'm going to do an overview of the platform and also show you a live dashboard of one of our providers so you can see a demo. Alright, so OneSpare Vacation is essentially an extension of OneSpare. It is specifically for B&Bs, hotels, resorts, any type of kind of hospitality provider. We were founded in 2011. We work with all different types of providers, vacations, but then also golf or retail, any type of item you could imagine that would be sold at a fundraiser for a nonprofit. We are the experts in connecting nonprofits with items for their auctions, and we help them to raise money that way. We work with over 11,000 B&Bs. Now, over 10,000, now it's 11,000. That number that number increases every day. So people, nonprofits will look for us on Google or find us different ways, sign up for an account online, and then we will verify them, make sure that they're a 501c organization, and then they'll be admitted into the site and be able to search for different experiences. Now, the benefits for you, there are 5 listed here. First, we'll start with promotion. For promotion, you are able to control the images and the videos that you promote at nonprofit auctions. You give them to us through your account, and then we make sure that that's streamlined and given to the nonprofit organizer. You also have access to promotion tracking, and that way you can make sure that you can see how many event attendees are at each auction and how many people you're getting in front of each time. Moving on to customer leads, we do give you the ability to see what winning bidders come in. So if your package sells at an auction, you're notified by email, and then you can go log in and see exactly your winning bidder's name and phone number and email address. You're welcome to contact them yourself. We have some partners that are proactive and do that each time it's sold, or you can wait for them to contact you as they're given your contact information as well to redeem. Moving over to the next little bullet point here. So we do have the ability to GeoTarget, which is especially important now with COVID. We know that travel locally is mostly what's happening right now. So what we do is we feature you to nonprofits that are within your 4-hour driving distance or 250 miles. So that way we're making sure you get in front of the most relevant customers that would actually come and book their stay with you. Moving down, revenue, of course, is very important. We know that that is probably one of the biggest drivers for our B&Bs that want to do this with us. We guarantee a portion of the sale back to you whenever your package is sold at an auction, and that way you can use that money to fill your slow seasons and fill your weeknights, because you can control those dates. Moving into the next one, streamlined donation requests. We give you a link, so if you do get a lot of donation requests, you can send this link to those nonprofits or put it on your website, and you can say, hey, I use the service called OneSpare, just sign up for an account with them, and then you can grab my package. And that way you can make sure the whole process is controlled. And you can also get that administrative burden off your back if you're constantly being contacted all the time. Moving on, so we do make sure that the nonprofits that promote you are verified and that they make sure that they're 501c, like I mentioned before. You're not going to be put in front of just the regular Joe. It will be a nonprofit who's verified. Our target audience that we reach at Black Tie Galas, we will use your photos and marketing materials, your videos, everything you give us, we will make sure is given to the nonprofit to use. And then lastly, of course, we promote you on our site first to nonprofits, and then the nonprofits use the materials, promote you to their supporters. Moving forward, we do give you access to your customer leads. In this case, whenever you receive that notification email, you go in, and this is the view you would see. So you see the unique identifier number, you see it was sold, you see the beneficiary here, the name of the nonprofit, the name of the winning bidder, which is actually a link in your dashboard to their email, and then how much it sold for and the check that you expect to receive. For incremental revenue, you do receive 50% of the winning bid each time, and you can control the minimum bid. So you can guarantee you get back at least half the minimum bid or more. In this example here, in the vacation package, your retail value is 2,000, your winning bid is 1,600, and you receive 8 because you receive half the winning bid. You can specify these dates, as I mentioned before, so you can make sure you're filling weeknights or off seasons. Of course, we wouldn't want to, fill your peak season or your high season because we know that you're getting a little less back here. We want to fill the days where you don't have a customer and where you have no revenue coming in, because this is more positive revenue is always better than no revenue. And also, of course, you get a new customer. Breakage sometimes happens, which basically means that the customer will buy the package at the event, but then they may forget about it, or maybe they were just buying it because they wanted to support the charity. And if that's the case, you still receive the money because we send it in advance. You will not have, you have very little risk, and basically you just have money and no customer, which is free money in some ways. All right, so moving on. This is just a visual of kind of our ability to geotarget. So that's that 250-mile radius I mentioned before. This slide's a little complicated, so I'll start on the right-hand side here. We give you that link in your dashboard, and then you can make a button out of it and put it on your website, and then direct nonprofits there if they call you. Alternatively, you could also send that link to them in an email if they email you. When you click on this link, then you get this note that's on the left-hand side, and it's a note from you with your logo that says, "It's something for your fundraiser, we'd love to help." So that's what is given to the nonprofit, and it asks them to set up their account with us to then grab your package. We are free, so basically we are paid by the nonprofit side of the equation. You always receive 50%. We don't take anything from you on your side, and the nonprofits receive the rest, and then we take a small portion of the nonprofits' benefits. All right, so now going into a real live dashboard. Enriquez Estates is one of our top sellers who's a B&B. So that way you'll kind of get a true idea of what it would look like, and if you were to join and make sales with us. All right, so now you should be seeing the Enriquez Estates dashboard. Of course, the information is on here. When you scroll down, here's that link I just mentioned that you can put on your website, and that way you can make sure you streamline those requests. Moving to the right, you can see the events promoting your business. So if we click on that, you can see the upcoming events that you'll be promoted in, and then scrolling down, you can see all the events that she's been in already. This B&B's been on already, so that's pretty cool. You can see all of the promotion you've been given. Then if we scroll over here, view issued certificates, mark as redeemed. Then you can see all of the actual issued certificates that this particular B&B had. So you can see this is all of the sales that she's made through us. This includes the unique identifier for the certificate, the name of the certificate, whether it was sold, the nonprofit that it benefited, the name of your customer, and also their email, link to their email, and then how much it sold for and how much the check that you'll receive for this sale. So this particular customer has made quite a few so far. So let me go back. So that's essentially how you would track your sales when you get that notification that you sold a package. So now we'll go in here into your certificate inventory, which is actually where you will build that package. So we'll go into here into edit. This particular partner, she did a getaway and wine tour. So she did a combined package that basically increases the retail value so she can also earn back more revenue each time. And it makes it a little bit more attractive for a customer at a nonprofit auction. Going down, you can specify your dates. So she just specified valid for a wide range of dates throughout the year. But we have partners that say weeknights only. If you have really low weeknight occupancy or availability, and then you can also do your off season. So say your off season is March to September 1st, you could say that here and make sure that this is only redeemable during a time when you don't otherwise have customers. Everything is subject to availability, so it gives you the most control. We ask that they call you to book, and that way when they call you, they can say, hey, I want to come in March, you know, when are you available, and you can make that call. You can also specify blackout dates if you have them. This would be the expiration. So you can, we typically do 12 as a default, but you can adjust this for expiration date. This provider did 2 night stays with a 2-bedroom for a person occupancy. This is her retail value. This includes tax, and it should be the highest rate that you'd ever want it to be. So the highest published rate, I should say, that it could ever be. So we want it to be accurate, but still be high, so that we can make your minimum bid a little higher and you can get a little more back, because you will be getting 50% of this or more, depending on what the winning bid is. Coming down, you can make these available for raffles as well as live events. You can sell 2 at an event. So basically, if there's 2 bidders competing against each other, we allow you both bidders, excuse me, to buy that, and that way you get 2 checks essentially instead of 1. So it's a great way to maximize your revenue here. Coming down, you can make all of these inclusions. She has a lot, but you could also do just a regular 2-night stay with breakfast. Those are popular, especially now with people just wanting to do local getaways. You know, it's a good time to do that. Scrolling down, additional info. So if you have some awards you want to talk about, or you have some testimonials, you can add them in here. This is for the auctioneer to use, so he can really, you know, hype up the room with some really cool facts about your B&B. Scrolling down here, you can include a video link, which is great. They can show that at the event and get the crowd excited about your property. And then for redemption, give us an email or a phone number, or both, so they can call you directly. She of course asked for email, but you have the option of kind of what you want to do here. But it is direct redemption. Scrolling down, we have all the photos that you would want in a slideshow at the event that just highlight your property. I think you can have up to 16. And then lastly here, you can specify the quantity you want to sell each year. We won't necessarily sell all of them, but we will not go above this number. This is the max number. Basically, we want to limit your liability because we don't want to sell too many and then you not be able to fulfill. So this is how you would control the number that you want to sell. So let me save changes here so you can see what the certificate looks like. This is just kind of the flyer version, but they're given all of your digital files as well. And this design also is being updated as we speak, so it will be a little different in the next few weeks. But basically, this is how your information is used. All right, let's go back here to the main dashboard. So that's really the biggest piece of the puzzle, is developing your package, and I'm happy to do that with you. I do these all day, so I'm happy to make it as quick of a process as possible. There also, the only other thing I want to mention is we can do a last-minute certificate. You would just create a last-minute certificate here. These don't get quite as much traction, but you can certainly make one and see how it sells. If you do have, some dates coming up that are free that you really want to book, you can try it out. This is something that we're kind of beefing up as we speak. So that is the majority of the dashboard. I'll go back to the presentation here so you can see, you can get my contact details. If you're interested in learning more about us, they're here. And if you have questions, you can certainly either ask me now or send them in the chat. I am happy to take those questions.